Familia, Dean Ambrose just showed up at a WWE Performance Center and nobody was supposed to find out. Too late. Because we found out. And in the next few minutes, I am going to break down exactly what happened, exactly what it means, and exactly why CM Punk should be the most terrified man on the entire WWE roster right now. Stay with me because this one changes everything. Let's go back exactly 72 hours. A backstage crew member working a scheduled NXT taping at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando posted a single story to their private Instagram account. No caption, no tagging, just a photo. And in that photo, half hidden behind a production crate in the gorilla position, was a figure that every Shield fan on this planet recognized within seconds. The build, the hoodie, the way he stands like a man who is permanently ready for a fight that nobody else has agreed to yet. The post was up for 11 minutes before it was deleted. But 11 minutes on the internet is 11 minutes too long. Screenshots spread like wildfire. The wrestling world completely lost its mind. And WWE's silence since that moment has been the loudest confirmation they could possibly give us. Dean Ambrose was inside that building, and he was not there for a tour. Now before we go further, let's establish exactly why this moment is hitting differently than every other return rumor we have heard over the last 3 years. Because yes, there have been whispers. Every few months somebody floats the Moxley to WWE conversation and it goes nowhere. But this time the circumstances surrounding the rumor are fundamentally different and the details are too specific to dismiss. Fightful Select reported last month that Jon Moxley's contractual situation with AEW had entered a period of deliberate quiet. No extension, no announcement, no celebratory post from Tony Khan. In AEW, when a cornerstone talent re-signs, the company makes noise about it because they need that good press. The silence around Moxley has been deafening, and sources close to the situation have confirmed that WWE made a formal approach, not a casual inquiry. A formal, structured, serious approach, the kind that Triple H personally oversees when he wants somebody badly enough to move mountains to get them. Triple H has rebuilt this roster with surgical precision. He brought back Cody Rhodes and handed him the Wrestlemania moment of a lifetime. He brought back CM Punk and immediately placed him in the most high-profile program on the entire show. Every move Triple H has made since taking over creative has been intentional, patient, and perfectly timed. If he is going after Dean Ambrose right now at this exact moment in the Roman Reigns storyline, that is not a coincidence. That is architecture. And the architecture makes complete sense when you look at where Roman Reigns currently stands. Punk has taken Roman apart methodically. This rivalry has not just been about physicality. Punk has been conducting psychological warfare at the highest level. He isolated Roman from the Usos. He neutralized Paul Heyman's influence at every critical juncture. He got inside Roman's head and made the most dominant champion of his generation look uncertain, look reactive, look human in a way that Roman Reigns has not looked in years. Punk did what nobody else could do. He made Roman Reigns look like he needed help. And that is exactly the story that makes a Dean Ambrose return not just exciting but completely necessary from a narrative standpoint. Roman cannot go find a hired gun. Roman cannot recruit some new faction member off the shelf. The only person whose arrival would genuinely shift the balance of power against CM Punk, the only person whose loyalty to Roman is so historically documented and emotionally loaded that the audience immediately believes it is Dean Ambrose, his brother. The most unhinged, unpredictable, flat-out dangerous human being Roman Reigns has ever stood beside. Punk built his entire strategy around Roman being alone. He never built a contingency for this. Now let's talk about the other breadcrumbs, because the Performance Center sighting was not the only sign this week, Familia. It was just the most explosive one. 2 weeks ago Roman Reigns uploaded a gym video to his Instagram stories. 30 seconds of training footage, nothing unusual. Except the song playing in the background was not a chart hit or a hype track. It was a specific underground track that Dean Ambrose used as his personal warm-up music during the original Shield era, something only the most dedicated Shield historians would catch. Roman has hundreds of songs he could have played. He played that one. And then the comments filled up with Shield fans who recognized it immediately. And Roman let those comments sit there for hours before the story expired naturally. He did not delete it. He let people see it. He let people talk. That is not an accident. That is Roman Reigns, the most media-savvy performer on the WWE roster, leaving a trail of breadcrumbs deliberately. Because Roman knows that the anticipation of Dean Ambrose returning is almost as powerful as the return itself. He is building the pressure. He is letting the audience feel it before it explodes. And then there is Paul Heyman. Asked last week in a backstage media availability about the current state of the Roman Reigns storyline and what fans should expect heading into the next premium live event, Heyman looked directly into the camera, paused for exactly the amount of time a man pauses when he is choosing every single word with absolute precision, and said the best is coming. 4 words. No elaboration. No context. Just that statement delivered with the confidence of a man who already knows exactly how the next chapter ends. Paul Heyman does not speak carelessly. Ever. Those 4 words are a promise. So what happens when Dean actually walks back through that curtain? Because at this point we are talking about when, not if. Punk is standing over Roman. He has the microphone. He is delivering the victory speech that he has been building toward this entire rivalry, methodical, condescending, perfect. The crowd is uncomfortable because for a moment, just a moment, it genuinely looks like Roman Reigns has no answer left. And then the lights go out. That music hits the speakers and the building goes from uncomfortable silence to the loudest sound you have heard inside a WWE arena in years. Dean Ambrose comes through that curtain and the place is absolutely unglued. He does not sprint. He walks. Because Dean Ambrose has never needed to rush toward violence. Violence has always been perfectly comfortable waiting for him. He gets in that ring. He looks at Punk with those eyes, those wild, completely unreadable eyes, and CM Punk, for the first time in this entire rivalry, does not have a word to say. Roman gets to his feet. The 2 men look at each other. And without a single word spoken, every person watching understands exactly what is happening. The Brotherhood is back. And CM Punk just ran out of time. Familia, Wrestlemania moments are made from exactly this kind of collision: history, emotion, and a return that nobody could fully prepare for even when the signs were right in front of them. CM Punk wanted to end Roman Reigns. Instead he woke up the one force that Roman could never manufacture, never buy, and never replace. Dean Ambrose is coming home. And this road to WrestleMania just got a whole lot more dangerous. No filler. Just fire. That is Wrestling Streams. Smash that like if this just broke your brain, drop your reaction in the comments right now, and subscribe to the Familia because when this goes down live, you want to be here. We will see you.